The world is facing a dire situation as the UN Secretary-General, António Guterres, declares a moral failure in addressing climate change. At the COP30 summit, he passionately argues that the inability to limit global heating to 1.5°C is a devastating oversight. But here's where it gets controversial. Guterres claims that even a temporary rise above this threshold could have catastrophic consequences. He warns of irreversible tipping points, uninhabitable conditions, and threats to global peace and security. Yet, some argue that these predictions are exaggerated and that humanity has the resilience to adapt. The UN chief points fingers at fossil fuel companies, accusing them of deception and obstructing progress. He calls for a paradigm shift, urging world leaders to minimize the impact of global heating. But is this solely the responsibility of governments and corporations, or does individual action also play a crucial role? The situation is urgent, as greenhouse gas emissions reach record highs. While some nations have made strides in reducing emissions, the world is still on a path towards dangerous warming. The Paris Agreement and clean energy initiatives provide a glimmer of hope, but powerful nations like the US are retreating from their commitments. Guterres criticizes the oil, gas, and coal industries for their vast subsidies and political influence, arguing that these resources should be redirected towards a healthier and more sustainable future. But is this a fair assessment, or are these industries simply responding to market demands and political realities? As climate disasters strike nations worldwide, the Global South demands support from the North. However, financial commitments fall short of the agreed-upon goals. The UK's Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, advocates for climate action, but prominent figures call for a slowdown. This sparks a debate: is now the right time to act, or should we wait? The UN chief's message is clear: the climate crisis demands immediate attention and collective effort. But the controversy lies in how to balance economic interests, political realities, and the urgent need for environmental action. What do you think? Is the world doing enough, or is it time for a radical paradigm shift?